Alright guys, how you doing today? Today we are so excited that I'm here at Samys Camera Los Angeles. We're one of the first people to check out and put their hands on the Panasonic Lumix S1H. Yes, that's right. I have it right here alongside with the new lens, the 24-70. Actually, I'm so excited that this is actually, the game is on. You know what the meaning is? The game is on, like it's really on. Now the battle of the 6K is happening. Right after 2-3 weeks of Blackmagic announcing the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, Lumix or Panasonic decided to put on right now the S1H. And to be honest with you guys, this, from reading the specs, is a beast. It's like it's a beast, literally. Like 6K, 4K, 120 frames with autofocus and sound. What? Sony. Why? And in-body image stabilization. Imagine all the features and all the, like, everything that you wanted to have in one camera is probably here. Like in-body image stabilization, 6 stops. And they repeat that a lot. It's 6 stops of in-body image stabilization. Combining it with a lens that is stabilized already. Oh my god. I'm talking about dual image stabilization. And speaking of dual, there's also a dual native ISO. So that means it's gonna be a monster in the light. I have the camera already, but I didn't have time to check anything on it yet. I opened it, I turned it on. It's like, it's a wonderful camera to try, and that lens is like massive. Check this out, guys. It's really nice. Really nice. You would be surprised if you think it's gonna be heavy. It's actually not that heavy. It's not that heavy. It's really good. Do you hear the fan? I hear the fan. So what they added here is, you can see this part here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it or not, but it's right there. This part is actually a fan. So all this protrusion part is actually a running fan to give cooling for the processor for that massive 6K shooting and all these stuff. It's really something that is very creative from Panasonic and Lumix. One of the other things that I really like about this is the new style that they have on how they tilt the actual screen. Check this out, guys. So you still have the articulating screen, just like the Gh5 that I'm actually shooting with the Gh5 right now. This is how I see it. How can I shoot him? Because I have the screen out. But the beautiful thing about it, they took all the complaints that we also had when you attach the monitor or you attach the cables. It's always stuck on this side. So what happens right now is they have not only this, but they have a whole thing move. So what happens is, when you do it like that, you can open it and you're still far from all the cables. Check this out. Yep. You see? So we can have it up, down, and down, articulate, switch. It's really nice. Alright, so let's dive on some technical specs here. This is a full frame camera. What is the main competitors, or what is the actual enemies of this camera? Actually, no, I wouldn't say enemies, because the first competition will come from the Gh5 and the Gh5S. Second competition would be from the Blackmagic lineup, either the 4K or the 6K. Third competition would be major, it's a Sony, which is coming up with a new camera everybody's waiting for, the A7S III, and Canon. But I don't think Canon, what happened with the 90D and the 6D Mark II, that cripple war, I don't think there's going to be any good comparison here. So let's compare this to the other Gh5s, Gh5, or the Blackmagic. This has a full frame sensor, 24.2 megapixel. This is a full frame with an L mount. The L mount is the actual lenses that has alliances between Sigma, Panasonic Lumix, and Leica. There is not a lot of lenses out there in the market, but they mentioned that by 2020 here in the presentation, by 2020 there will be 100 lenses between cinema lenses and actual Leica or Sigma or Lumix. Like Lumix will have 11 lenses, Leica will have like 17 lenses and 18 lenses from Sigma, something like that. One other thing that makes this thing better than any of the competition, especially the Blackmagic lovers, which I am a Blackmagic user, I am a Blackmagic lover, but the only thing that I hate and I wish it had is what this baby has: in-body image stabilization. This is massive. This is something really, really nice. Imagine like having this on a Ronin S or something like that, and it's like basically footage will be so smooth. This is just a first hands-on on it, so I didn't have the chance to shoot anything with it yet, but I'm expecting this to be like buttery smooth. Oh my god, this should be really nice. One of the things that I really like about it is the fact that they actually put a real like 2 card slot. They took out, see, now you have 2 SD cards. The resolution that this thing is shooting was 2 SD cards, and they mentioned that they're ready for hot swapping, so you have to make sure that both cards are the same brand, same speed, same capacity, so you can be able to swap between both of them. It's really something nice. The anamorphic modes capabilities of this thing, when they show this on the presentation, is absolutely amazing. How much you can actually de-squeeze the anamorphic on screen actually and apply your LUTs while you're shooting. This is something like that Gh5 and Blackmagic were doing, but doing it on camera, this is something really, really nice as well. One of the things also that I love is the new lens that they just reviewed, the 24-70. It's actually equivalent, if you're a Gh5 user, this is the 12-35 that we always use. I'm shooting right now on a 12-60, but it's basically the 12-35, because if you just multiply the 2 crop, it will give you 24-70. But look at the size of this. This is almost, I would say, half, double the size of it. But it's really nice, and the sharpness is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, speaking of the menu system, you would still get the same menu system that we have in the GH. The same style, fully touch screen. You gotta love Panasonic. Panasonic, I give you credit for doing such a good job on doing this menu system very easy and very, like, I would say, user-friendly. It's something that really, really nice. It's something that I really like. One of the things that I like about the S1H is they integrated the vlog actually inside. You don't need to go through the mailing or purchasing the vlog. The vlog is actually in here, and they're claiming that there are 14 stops of dynamic range. 14 stops of dynamic range. That's something huge. That's something really, really good. We have to test it. I'm not an expert. I love shooting videos and films, and I love this. I'm not like the expert to say, but I love the fact that the image or the color science from the Gh5, I love it. From the S1H, I think I will love it as well. And with speaking about the dynamic range, when I shoot like music videos and stuff like that, I really like to heavily color grade. When you have everything, you can actually like graded nicely and don't lose anything in the highlights or crushing the shadows so much, you know what I'm saying? This is why the dynamic range, that word that professional videographers use for us regular people, you can explain it as simple as that. It's how much details that you're gonna have in your raw shot that when you edit it, you're not gonna lose so much details. This is basically the easiest explanation. I'm no expert. One more time, I'm just doing this review for everybody to know, is it a good camera for you? Well, for me, I think it's a very good camera. To have it, to upgrade from the Gh5 line to have a full frame, I think I would rather do that rather than upgrading from my Blackmagic 4K to the 6K. This is like more viable or more option. Speaking about the price, this is priced at roughly $4,000 body only. Adding up the lenses and all the stuff like that, we're probably gonna jump on $6,000. But when I think about it, is it worth $6,000 to upgrade? I would say I have to wait. I have to test it more. I have to see more videos about it, more professional people, not like me, regular people, like professional people actually shoot on it and see how it's gonna perform and how it's gonna work. And then I can judge after that. So basically we have to wait. But initial thoughts, I think it's a wonderful machine. It's a beast. It's competing really good in the market. I don't think Sony or Canon are gonna catch up. The S1H is probably gonna be a winner for some time, and it's a lot of people will switch from the Gh5 to the S1H. I've seen a lot of people really interested in doing an order here at Samys Camera Los Angeles. So all we need to do is we're gonna wait and see. I'm gonna try to have my hands on one of these cameras when they launch officially, because they're still not launched. I mean, this is not a product. I believe this is a prototype. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna use it to shoot some stuff, and I'll let you know, guys, my honest opinion. Alright, so I hope you've seen it. I'll leave you with some B-rolls. I hope you've seen the actual camera. And as I'm telling you guys, what I'm trying to do here, I'm not an expert. I'm not a 20 years experienced videographer or cinematographer or a filmmaker. I am just a regular guy that is in love with filmmaking, cinematography. I've been thinking about it since I was 4 or 5 years old. So what I'm doing right now, I created a channel basically for my son as something like that, and then I decided that, you know what, let me help people. If I did it, you can do it. So that's it. We're gonna see cameras, we're gonna see gear. I'm gonna tell you everything about it. I'm gonna tell you how to do the videos, how to shoot it, and that's it. All right. If you like the video, subscribe. Check out some more, and go to my Instagram, Hans Films, or Supercars Kid on Instagram, both of them. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Again, that was the Panasonic S1H. Thank you. Have a good day.